so that the whole world of Islam can be imprisoned in the new secular state. And all the Muslims will become part of the shirk. That is the British objective. So Khilafah has to go. So once Sheikh Hosein claimed the Khilafah, then they gave the green light to Abdulaziz ibn Saud. Go ahead, attack him. See, the British are very smart. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. Sheikh Hosein is now attacked by Abdulaziz ibn Saud, and by, I think, the month of October, Abdulaziz ibn Saud conquers Makkah. When the Saudi Wahhabi troops entered into Makkah in October 24, Abdulaziz ibn Saud made a declaration to the world of Islam, and the Saudis hate me for reminding the people of this. Abdulaziz ibn Saud declared, "This land belongs to the world of Islam, not to me. Secondly, the government to rule over this land must be appointed by the world of Islam, not by me." Huh? Strange to hear that now. He did that because he was afraid that the Muslims would do to him what they did to the Wahhabis about 150 years earlier. When the Wahhabis came out of the desert and they conquered Makkah, they slaughtered everybody. Because they're all mushrikeen, wajibul qatl. And then the Ottoman Empire sent an army and the Wahhabis were thrown out into the desert. So he didn't want this to happen again. This is why he made this declaration. But before this, in April 1924, just after the Khilafah was destroyed, was abolished, Al-Azhar University responded. All the ulama of Egypt and of Al-Azhar came together, and a declaration was issued in the name of Sheikh Al-Azhar, declaring that this was bid'ah to abolish the Khilafah, declaring that the Khilafah is a part of the religion of Islam, using a hadith, for example, the hadith in Sahih Muslim, whosoever dies without the obligation of bay'ah being imposed upon him, such a person dies the death of jahiliyyah. Man mata walam yara fi unuqihi bay'ah faqad mata maytatan jahiliyyah. Al-Azhar University proposed that an Islamic conference be held in Cairo in order to respond to what Mustafa Kemal had done. Problem is, Egypt was under British control. The king of Egypt could only say what the British allowed him to say. So this is a joke. That you could have a conference in a land under British control to appoint a new Khalifa. It's a joke. Even so, the proposal created so many problems that the conference could not take place until 2 years later. When the conference took place in the month of May 1926, the conference decided very quickly, number one, the Khilafah is a part of Islam. Number two, the Khilafah should be restored. Number three, we cannot restore it. What should we do? We don't know. Let's go back home and think about it. That was the conclusion of the conference. Let's go back home and let's think about it. And we come back next year. The Saudi delegation was there in the conference. And the Saudi delegation also agreed that the Khilafah is a part of Islam. It should be restored. But Abdulaziz ibn Saud had some other plans. He organized a second conference. 1 month after this conference, that one took place in Makkah. And in that conference, all the great powers assisted him. This one in Cairo, Britain opposed it. France opposed it. Russia opposed it. China opposed it. And so this conference ended up as essentially an Arab conference. For that one in Mecca, Britain supported it, France supported it, Russia supported it, China supported it. And so the conference in Mecca attracted a representative gathering of Muslims. The one in Cairo, the Indian Muslims did not send a delegation to Cairo. But the one in Mecca, powerful Indian delegation came to Mecca, headed by Maulana Muhammad Ali Jawhar himself. But when the delegations came to Mecca, they found a surprise. Abdul Aziz, in this conference in Mecca, the head of the Saudi Wahhabi state, who declared they have the pure Islam, and the rest of us don't have any pure Islam. The Wahhabi Islam is the pure Islam. Okay, alright. If the Wahhabi Islam is the pure Islam, then surely this most representative gathering of the world of Islam, taking place 2 years after the Khilafah has been abolished, surely number one item on the agenda would be to respond to this. But the Wahhabis had betrayed Islam. Anyone who wants to challenge me over that is free to challenge me anytime over this statement. The Wahhabis had betrayed Islam. The betrayal was very plain in the agenda. Nothing in the agenda was connected with the institution of the Khilafah. The Khilafah was taken out of the agenda of this conference. This is betrayal. Instead, what the Saudi Wahhabi leadership wanted from this conference was that the world of Islam would accept their rule to be legitimate. So the king went to the conference on 2 occasions, I believe, and the king himself addressed the conference. And he asked the conference to do that, to recognize the Saudi Wahhabi rule over the Hijaz. Even though 2 years earlier he had said this land belongs to the world of Islam, and the world of Islam was established the government. When the king was finished, the head of the Indian delegation, he responded first. And he was a man of such stature that once he had spoken, nobody else could involve him. And what he said to the king was, no, we refuse to do this. What you're doing is wrong. In those days we had Muslim leaders who were made of iron and steel. Today we have a lot of recycled paper. Maybe tomorrow, some of our children, tomorrow, may emerge as men of iron and steel, inshallah. Maulana Muhammad Ali Jawhar said, no, we will not do it. And so the conference ended. The Saudis were very angry, very angry. After that, the whole world of Islam now is embraced by the secular model of the state. First it was Turkey, the Republic of Turkey. Then it was Iran, the Republic of Iran. And then it was Saudi Arabia, also a secular state. The secularism is enshrined, for example, in the rights. Once a territory is Darul Islam, then every Muslim has the right to enter that territory. You don't need a visa. You need a visa to go to Saudi Arabia? Sure you do. You go now to Jeddah Airport and say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, see that will get you in. Huh? Will it get you in? That's the secular state. That is the secular state. If with Darul Islam, then every Muslim has the right to enter. If it is Darul Islam, Every Muslim has the right to reside. You don't need any residence permit. PR, permanent residence. If it is Darul Islam, you don't need any work permit to work. No. And if it is Darul Islam, you participate in the political process or political equality with all other Muslims. But now Saudi Arabia is a secular state, like every European state, with the flag, with the national anthem, blah, 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 blah. And then Pakistan emerges eventually, and Pakistan, as I told you earlier, as a secular state.